people foaming at the mouth, left gasping for air, and dying after sarin gas was dropped on Khan Sheikhoun. It took 5 months for the UN to declare that the Syrian regime was responsible for this chemical attack. And that's not the only atrocity it's been accused of during this war. The regime is suspected of executing at least 13,000 in Sednea prison, bombing civilian areas, and starving besieged towns to submission. And as world leaders meet at the UN headquarters just days after the latest findings, Syrians continue to ask what action they will take.
This is the place where the whole world has gathered and said it's the regime who targeted this place. But regime forces keep denying it. The UN recently held the regime accountable for this crime. Although the evidence was clear from the beginning, I filmed this massacre and the chemical attack.
Nearly 100 people died in the early hours of April the 4th, many in their sleep. But videos filmed that night of the attack are apparently not convincing enough for the regime.
We don't know whether those dead children were they killed in Khan Sheikhoun, were they dead at all, who committed the attack if there was attack, what the material. You have no information at all, nothing at all, no one investigated.
The regime cooperated with the international community to remove its chemical stockpiles in 2014. But many experts believe some supplies were undeclared and withheld.
And the Syrian authorities declared a very small part, which was not satisfactory from my point of view.
Many Syrians, including Adam, have now started to believe that statements, even by the UN, are not worth the paper they're written on.
The UN statements 5 months after the crime is nothing more than ink on paper. The Syrian regime who committed this crime is still out there doing whatever they want. The killing of women and children and men in this brutal way should be punished with a decisive decision, not with the Russian and Chinese veto.
Former war crimes prosecutor Carla Del Ponte resigned from the UN Commission in August, saying the organization does absolutely nothing for Syria.
I quit this commission.
And as evidence of war crimes continue to mount against the regime, the international community is seizing its opposition against Assad's rule. Rahul Radhakrishnan, TRT World.